Desmond Doss, the unarmed hero. Opening scene. Visuals, gentle orchestral music swells. The screen fades in with sweeping shots of World War II battlefields, smoke rising, soldiers advancing, then cuts to serene Virginia hills bathed in golden light. Narrator, in the chaos of war, one man stood apart. Desmond Doss, a humble Virginian, redefined heroism not by taking lives but by saving them, without ever firing a shot. He earned the Congressional Medal of Honor, America's highest military honor, proving that courage and conviction could triumph in the face of unimaginable odds. A life shaped by faith. Visuals, vintage photos of a young Desmond, a Seventh-day Adventist church, and a worn Bible open to the Ten Commandments, lingering on "Thou shalt not kill." Narrator, born in 1919 in Lynchburg, Virginia, Desmond Doss grew up in a devout Seventh-day Adventist family. His faith was his foundation, rooted in nonviolence, vegetarianism, and observing Saturday as the Sabbath. The Bible's commandments were his guide, particularly the charge against killing. When World War II erupted, Desmond faced a profound conflict. He believed the fight against tyranny was just, yet his convictions forbade him from taking a life. Employed at a naval shipyard, he could have avoided service. Instead, he enlisted in the U.S. Army as a conscientious objector, determined to serve his country without betraying his beliefs. Trials in training. Visuals, reenactments of rigorous military drills, soldiers marching in unison, and Desmond quietly reading his Bible. Tense scenes show peers mocking him, with close-ups of his resolute expression. Narrator, assigned to the 77th Infantry Division, Desmond expected a medical role. Instead, he was placed as a rifleman, a position that clashed with his refusal to carry a weapon. His commanding officers, skeptical of his resolve, pressured him to arm himself, viewing him as a potential liability. Under the Geneva Convention, medics could carry weapons for self-defense but risked losing protected status if they fired. Desmond stood unwavering, his faith his shield. His beliefs made him a target of scorn. Soldiers mocked his Sabbath observance and daily prayers, branding him an outsider. When he requested Saturdays off to honor his faith, his regimental chaplain secured approval, a decision that sparked resentment among peers who saw it as favoritism. One soldier's chilling threat echoed their distrust. In combat, "Doss, you won't come back alive." Yet Desmond's character began to shift perceptions. During a punishing march, his heavy medical bags proved as grueling as any rifle. When exhaustion felled his comrades, Desmond's tireless care, treating blisters, offering water, earned their grudging respect, planting the seeds of camaraderie. Baptism by fire, Battle of Guam. Visuals, archival footage of jungle warfare, U.S. troops storming Guam's beaches, and medics scrambling under fire. Reenactments show Desmond bandaging wounds amidst chaos. Narrator, in July 1944, Desmond faced his first test in the Battle of Guam, a brutal campaign to reclaim the island from a formidable Japanese garrison. Medics, marked by their insignia, were prime targets for snipers who disregarded international law. Advised to conceal his medic status, Desmond braved relentless fire to save lives. In one heart-wrenching moment, a young soldier triggered a booby-trapped grenade disguised as a pen. Amidst the carnage, Desmond stabilized the wounded, evacuating them under a hail of bullets. The battle's toll was staggering, with 1 in 6 American troops killed or wounded. Desmond's courage under fire proved his worth, silencing doubters and cementing his role as a lifeline for his unit. The Crucible of Leyte. Visuals, dramatic shots of the Philippines' jungles, amphibious landings, and fierce combat. Reenactments of Desmond crawling through mud to reach the wounded. Narrator, the Battle of Leyte followed, a grueling campaign in late 1944 that tested Desmond's resolve. Amidst a Japanese counterattack, he risked everything to save a fellow medic and a wounded machine gunner, dragging them from no man's land under a storm of bullets. Improvising stretchers from ponchos and branches, he carried them to safety. The loss of friends, including a close comrade killed while carrying a litter, haunted him. His vegetarian diet left him hungry. Surviving on tasteless crackers and coconuts, he climbed trees to gather, dodging enemy fire in the process. Remarkably, a soldier who once threatened his life saw Desmond's prayers, a testament to his growing influence. Hacksaw Ridge, the defining moment. Visuals, cinematic shots of Okinawa's rugged cliffs, cargo nets swaying, and intense combat atop Hacksaw Ridge. Slow-motion sequences of Desmond lowering wounded soldiers. Narrator, the Battle of Okinawa in 1945 was the Pacific's bloodiest campaign, and for Desmond, the pinnacle of his heroism. Assigned to the 1st Battalion, he faced the Mayetta Escarpment, a 400-foot cliff nicknamed Hacksaw Ridge, on April 29. As his unit scaled the cliff under relentless Japanese fire, Desmond prayed for their safety. Wave after wave of American assaults met fierce resistance, with heavy casualties piling up. On May 4, Desmond braved enemy grenades and gunfire to rescue 4 wounded comrades near a fortified cave. The next day, he saved an artillery officer, applying dressings to gaping wounds while exposed to shelling. Despite his efforts, the officer died. On May 7, during a desperate assault on a Japanese pillbox, a counterattack forced a retreat. Desmond refused to flee. 4 hours, he carried wounded men to the cliff's edge, improvising rope stretchers to lower them to safety. Praying for strength to save just one more, he single-handedly rescued approximately 75 men, a feat that stunned his commanders. Final sacrifice and legacy. Visuals, somber scenes of Desmond wounded, crawling to safety, and archival footage of his Medal of Honor ceremony, closing shots of a peaceful farm and family photos. Narrator, on May 21, Desmond's luck ran out. Tending wounded during a chaotic night attack, he was hit by a grenade, suffering 17 shrapnel wounds. For 5 hours, he treated himself and others, refusing to yield. While being evacuated, he gave up his stretcher for a critically injured soldier, only to be struck by a sniper's bullet, shattering his arm. With a rifle stock as a splint, he crawled to safety, his spirit unbroken. For his extraordinary bravery from April 29 to May 21, 1945, Desmond Doss was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, the first conscientious objector to receive it. His actions saved countless lives, allowing men to return home to their families. After the war, he lived quietly, raising a family on a small farm with his wife, Dorothy, until his passing in 2006 at age 87. Desmond Doss, the unarmed hero, showed the world that courage, driven by faith, could conquer even the fiercest battles. Closing credits. Visuals fade to black with soft music. Rolling credits over images of Okinawa today, peaceful and green. Narrator, Desmond Doss's legacy endures, a testament to the power of conviction and compassion in the face of war's brutality.